I hope everyone's having a cool day, staying inside. If you're at the beach, you're lucky. I wish I was at the beach right now. I'm reading this book. It's called Breathe In and Breathe Out. I really like the book so far. It's about this guy that dated, or he was going out with this girl, and found out she had cancer, and she was doing different ways of like breath work and like healing. She went to like shamans and stuff like that. So that way she can see if she can get rid of the cancer. And it started working, like the breath work. She did like different classes, and then the boyfriend advised, like, he never did any of this stuff. He just watched her go through this process of healing from it. But she ended up passing away like after beating the cancer. And he was really depressed at one point, and I guess him and his mom went into a healing session. It was like a breath work session, and he found spirit at that time, and it changed his life. Like, he went to being very depressed human being to like feeling on top of this world. And because it helped him like heal from grief, he wanted to make this book. So now I'm reading it because, to be honest, when I lost my mom, this was one thing, like breath work and meditating was like the number one thing that helped me like get out of a funk. And now, because of that, I want to do the same thing as him. I kind of want to just spread the word and like help people. So now I'm reading this book and I'm halfway through it. It's showing, it goes in depth though. Like, it's not all just breath work, but he teaches you like certain things, like with the way that we sit and what we're doing at this time really matters with like breathing. So I just want to share that. Anyways, so this is a collective read today. This is collective. A lot of people right now are going through situations where other people and you are no longer feeling aligned with each other because of your beliefs. Your beliefs might seem a little idiotic to people or weird, or just you going towards your purpose is really pissing people off at this time due to the fact that they want you stuck. These people want you stuck, or they want you like more of towards what they believe in and what they want to do with their life, when that's not you. You're your own person. You're going to go towards what you believe in. So, for example, if you're not religious and you're more spiritual, you may have a lot of religious people at this time thinking, because you are in the healing process or becoming more in tune with spirit, that your beliefs are crazy. Or it could be vice versa. That's basically what that is, that vacate beliefs card. Like, you may not be on the same page a lot with people at this time due to wanting to go further in depth with your healing journey. You've either decided to part ways with people, or you are deciding to part ways with the people that are now judging you. It's coming from a lot of this is coming from people that you didn't think were going to turn your back, and that's fine, because in all reality, the Most High, they separate you from your closest people when you're ready to go to the next level. So a lot of you are ready to go to the next level, whether that's starting a career that you've always wanted, you getting into something that you never wanted to do, but you finally have now the courage to do so. You might be a writer, or somebody that is writing, like a poet, and you want to put your work out there. You may want to write a book, and you're finally getting the courage to want to write that book. You might be like a painter of some sort, and you are now getting confident in your work enough to broadcast it to people, whether that's online or outside. Different ways. You're coming up with different ways to broadcast yourself. And I'm telling you, please do not stop, because right now we need people in this world, more people. to do these things. We're not here to be shackled up. We're here to grow. So if you're finally somebody that's getting out of your shell, do not go back in your shell. Don't do it, because right now you're completing a cycle and you are entering a brand new one where you're going to be elevating. You're going to be transforming. You're transforming right now with the Pluto energy. You're going to be transforming into who you're supposed to be. I mean, we can change all the time, but you're growing into a better version of yourself. So don't stop. Keep going. You may have been planting something in the springtime and now you're starting to get into the routine of doing something. Spirit is advising don't stop, because keep planting those seeds. It's going to grow eventually. If people have did you dirty in the past, and I mean in the most foul way where you had no choice but to transform yourself and become a better version of yourself, Spirit is advising that the scales are being balanced out from both sides so that way you can continue being great. Okay? People that did you dirty, they're going to start seeing karma. And these may be people that may not even believe in karma. Scales are being balanced out because you may have been done unfairly in the past. You're having more downloads at this time. Dreams. Write those dreams down right now. If you remember, you're getting vivid dreams at this time where you need to be writing these dreams down, because eventually they're going to start making sense. So for example, you write your dream in a journal today. You might start realizing in 1 year, it's going to start falling together of why you're having that dream, or why, like, it's going to start making sense. Things are going to start piecing together. I can't say why, but if you're in tune, you will definitely know why it's important to write these dreams down. Vivid dreams, put the date, write it down. 1 year, go back from the dream. People are going to be spying on you. There's people that are spying currently at this time due to the fact that you cut them off to go towards your purpose, because they may think your purpose is idiotic. But these are the same people that project. They're the same people that think, that have nothing right. They don't even know what they're doing with their life. They don't even like being here. They don't even know who they are. Deep down inside, they wear a mask. Let them spy. They're spying because you're great. They're spying because they have nothing better to do. They're gonna be spying. Don't feel uncomfortable that they're spying, because a lot of times people might feel uncomfortable. Because yeah, it is kind of weird that people do spy. It is weird because something must be interesting for people to be spying. You're very interesting to people where they have to be spying. Let them spy. You might be a fire sign, or these people might be a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay? Take a leap of faith and jump into the right path, because you're going to see a lot of change coming soon enough. When you take that leap of faith, a lot of opportunities are right at your doorstep at this time for leaving past situations and going into a new one. Trust it. I had to pause it there for a second. I had to take my hair out. It's getting too tight. Okay. So your motivational message, let's see what your motivational message is for today. Like what you guys need to hear other than what I already said. Okay, here we go. This one's a good one. Water my dreams. All I desire is on its way to me, but like a seed, my dreams too must be watered. My belief and determination is what makes them grow. I will be patient throughout this journey. It is all unfolding at the perfect time. A lot of you need to hear this. You may feel like nothing you're doing at this time, you're working on something, but you may feel like nothing is moving at this time. Stop the worry. We can't have worry in our brain. We have to get rid of the worry, and the negative doubts. Because the more negative doubts that you have, the more you're going to feel like it's going to be negative, the outcome. So just make sure that you're writing your goals down. Make sure that you're working on your stuff every day, no matter if it's little or big. Just make sure that you're still planting seeds and you're growing it little by little, because eventually it's going to grow into something beautiful. Okay? Keep your eyes on the prize, like I said. Don't make anybody feel like what you're doing is silly. Okay? You might be somebody that just graduated from college and you just hit your big break. Okay? And you're going to have family out here, or friends, or just people that you thought was close with you. They're going to feel like what you're doing is idiotic. They're going to feel this big compared to you. That's what it is. They feel this small now. When in reality, you just want the best for everybody. You're somebody that has a heart. You're an empath. You're somebody that really cares about humanity. I'm talking to somebody here that really cares about humanity and everybody being happy, not just you, it's everybody. Okay? You're not selfish. Far from it. Don't let people get in your way of thinking. You know who you are, and you got to be confident about who you are. Playful is another one. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? Yeah, there's going to be people out here that are going to try to irritate you. Take those lessons that you've learned from people trying to pick at you and piss you off, and use that to your best ability of just ignoring. Because a lot of times people are going to try to irritate you and start fights when they're going to try to start fights purposely to mess with your mind. It's all on purpose, because they see that you're more aligned at this time. They see that you've learned certain lessons, and a lot of times they get jealous of that, or they want you to feel like this. They try to scapegoat you. A lot of you may have been scapegoated a lot in the past, or used as a doormat or a punching bag from a lot of people. It's a shame, because you would never do it to other people to make them feel like that. But there's always one person that you're close with, whether it's like family or friends or whatever, spouse, that wants to make you feel like you're depleted. Releasing anger. I recently just helped somebody as well with um I'm gonna go back to this in a second. I'm gonna go off topic. I started shadow work, like the shadow book work, a little bit ago, to start like my healing journey. And it really helped me with like sadness, grief, and anger. And and I was more happy once I started writing down I mean, if you're not able to afford a shadow book journal, you are able to create your own by just going to, if you don't have a lot of money either, just buy a journal, or have an old notebook or paper that you have, and create your own journal, or just buy something from the dollar store and create your own journal, your shadow book journal, and write out your own questions. We do have like Google and AI to help us with like shadow book questions, but you are able to write in your own questions of what hurts you. And they could be any questions. They could be childhood. A lot of us stem from trauma from childhood. That's usually where our wounds come from, and our scars. So I recently, just going back to like releasing the anger part. I'll read it in a second, but I do want to like share this. So I have a special friend that's really close to me. I love her dearly. And she whole like a lot of people were making her feel angry for things that they were trying to project on her. And finally she had enough. And it didn't break her. She almost allowed people to break her. But I gave advice on how she should do some shadow book journal healing. So that way, all the anger and grief that she felt from like people that were really against her, very close to her, by the way, were making her feel. She started doing it and it released a lot of her pain and her anger. And I pray for her every day, but nothing but happiness because she's going through a lot. Anyways, wanted to share that because if you are somebody that holds in a lot of anger and a lot of grief and sadness, shadow book healing, like the journaling is pretty good part of the healing. It does heal us. It helped me and it helped a few other people that I know. So this says anger is a natural emotion, but I recognize that holding on to it can be toxic for me. I look at the person who has caused me pain and see them as the human being that they are. I release the anger I feel and free myself, freeing myself and expanding to love. That's advice. If you are somebody that holds in a lot of anger, and people know what to do to trigger your anger. And I swear, at if you just close out a cycle and you're going towards your purpose, any age, okay, you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna come in and try to tear you apart for things that are in the past or resentment and the grief that they feel towards themselves because they're most of the time they're projecting. Let them feel the way that they do because a lot of times it's how they feel about themselves. Just release it into the universe and just listen. You don't gotta respond in no ignorant way. Roll it off, dust off your shoulder, okay? Dust it off your shoulder because that's if they want to get you to a point where they feel just as low as they do. Like they just these are people that don't want to heal. They're not people that are willing to do the inner work. And because they're not able to do that, they're gonna get mad at you. It's okay. Don't feel bad for these people. Don't feel bad. Spirit's advising that you should not be feeling bad. Don't ever feel bad for being yourself and don't ever feel bad for wanting to change yourself. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day. Stay cool. And I hope this reaches somebody that, that needed to hear this. Because I know a lot of times I like to hear it for my own self. Anyways, peace out.